All right, so good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and Ojo World. It's time to jump in Mars versus Venus. Of course, this is where we bring couples closer together or
drive them
further apart.
Oh, yeah.
This morning we welcome our beautiful gladiators, the women, the nurturers, the ones who take care of the world. And we welcome the Spartans. The ones who keep messing up the world. Morning, Spartans, gladiators.
Wait. How we messing up the world?
What?
You feel you could say off thing and let's get away? Because you are volcano today, you feel you could say off thing and get away?
Oh, it is our three women and they making child for all the same time.
Oh, that is strengthening the world, not messing it up.
Strengthening the world.
Yeah.
Wow.
Facts.
Such a trauma. Look. Anyway, we welcome all here. What is the topic today? Is Jaiga's topic today? He taking a full responsibility because me ain't even understand it too much.
It's constructive production you talking about there, no?
How is my, see how she don't show me, but it's my topic I taking full responsibility. All the danger. Guys, today we talking privilege in relationship.
What you been doing back there, no?
Chip man. Boys and them sing about you, you know. Yeah. Boys and them sing about you chip it bad, you know. Everybody think, please, you mash up your whole cup. You chip it bad, bro. Tell your father disappointed in you, you know.
Take a spoon and open it now.
Wow.
All right, it's coming. Kind of. But that juice of a vibe, I can't wait. We had to share the pineapple. One taste pineapple. All right. So.
I just said you sharing my thing. You know, born me don't think you just sharing my thing. All right, guys, we're talking privilege in relationship. Let me explain. Let me elaborate as to what I mean.
Privilege is such a strong word, Jaiga.
There are some people, while courting, everything is being nice and kosher and sweet and so on. And from the time they do little things like little gestures, like in this new world, what we do now, wait now, you make mess too? Bro, you shop it bad, boy.
Bro, you drop on the ground.
You're throwing on the show. You mash up the car, you're throwing on the show, boy.
You doing?
Oh, you done a bit napkin and cloth and thing on the ground. Come now, man. You're throwing a distracting me, dread. I'm here to do a job. Jobs are hard going on, you know. I'd be fighting advance villain to this guy in the building. Anyway. What are you doing? All right, guys. Let's get back on track. We're talking privilege in relationships, meaning you might be calling someone and everything is nice, and now the in thing to do is offer a young man or a young lady a key. Mm-hmm. It shows commitment.
Excuse me?
A key.
A key for what?
It shows commitment.
A key to my place?
Of course. If you're going on with somebody for quite some time and she stays at her and you stay at you, and you feel it, you got to that point in the relationship where you box a key.
Right.
So she unboxes the key like on a Friday evening or so on.
All that was involved?
Yeah, she unboxes the key and sees a little box. She thinks she getting a chain.
My place?
And when you open it up, it's just 2 keys. So and she said, what's this with a remote for the gate?
What? Mm-hmm. She living in a gate, boy.
She could get a keychain. She could get a keychain.
Wow.
Says the man.
Them things don't happen just so.
Says the man.
Them things don't happen just so, yo.
So Jane tells she should get a keychain. When she coming by, you walking out a while, Rudy.
Where's a while?
A good time over here.
You're a relationship.
No. You're doing all you do. You're doing all you do with her.
You don't trust your woman to give her a key to your place.
I find it just too early now, boy.
Wow. Early. After a whole year?
She could get a keychain.
Anyway, forgetting Rudy, I'm talking about that moment when you're sharing the same space. This is when the privilege kicks in. We're talking about, well, it frozen. I'm waiting for it to.
Oh, look at this. That piece of pineapple in there.
No, it's frozen.
Okay.
Yeah. So, in privilege in relationship, what tends to happen is that people might start to do little off things. The first sign of off is when, let's say, for instance, she buys Florida orange juice. Or you come home and you see it in the fridge.
You just drink that?
You come home and you see it in the fridge, yeah. Say, hey, you're going to watch a show on the Netflix. You set up your show. You set up your show. You put your ice in your cup. And you pour a glass. Mm-hmm. But it so happened when you pour the glass, it was the last glass.
Oh.
And then when she comes home, she's ready to watch her show.
Mm-hmm. Looking for pop.
She gets a little snacks on and go, you drink my juice! That is privilege. when you enter into a relationship, guys, you need to start understanding that nothing no longer becomes yours. It's not.
It's ours.
No, it's just there. It's the house zone. It's not ours neither. It's the place zone. Because when you start labeling, like Rudy gave us a story just now, he has family members. He go by and there's locks on the fridge. Everybody I cannot understand.
I'm still not understanding what privilege is.
Privilege is you feel privileged enough
where you feel you could do certain things
inside the space.
Yeah, but if they are accustomed doing that,
Tiffin your juice?
if you're accustomed
that is not Tiffin. How would you with Tiffin? Is that
Tiffin?
Tiffin?
Using
But
orange.
that's how you get to know. Like if she thief the juice and be on the wee road and the wee fridge and have the wee juice.
So if you Nikki, there's a woman who does sell oxtail, right? That you like. Hold on, let me just paint this picture for you. There's a lady.
So what you talking about is what is mine and yours and thing in relationships? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Where the privilege kicks in? You have this lady you like to buy oxtail. She's only make oxtail on a Wednesday, right? And you really like that oxtail that ladies make. You buy oxtail, you go home, you leave it in the box. You know the nice little thing that's very oxtail, but Natty say, hey, Nikki, I want to run anything fast and get something. All right, mommy, I'll come in and carry you now. And in that moment, when you carry your mother, and you come back, you see the box, you leave the oxtail in the bin.
What are you doing in the bin?
Who?
Jerry went to man see oxtail.
And he eat my oxtail.
Eat the oxtail let's eat.
I still a little too full with the privilege.
You upset? Or you should, that's part of the reward as well. Or you think he should take up the phone, call, and ask, who oxtail is this?
So my good Florida Paul? Nah.
No accent. Because Nikki is a reward person, you know? So I'm saying somebody like Nicole should not take offense at all. If you go home and see something...
Nah.
No, but you can't.
Nah.
No, you can't take offense, Nicole.
When I was coming home, Max, if you want oxtail, you say, no, you don't want no oxtail, you're good, you just eat. Right. I bring home oxtail, I put it in the microwave, I go drop my mother up the road, I come back, the oxtail done. You the thought was he own. They like to say, I thought that was mine.
Yeah, but I see the place. I
that
thought I
privilege.
But how that find out privilege? You see
why
what I tell
Let me bring an
example.
Let me bring an example, right? Tell me if this is being privileged. You meet a young lady, you're courting for a year. She don't have her license, right? You're going through the process while you're dating for a period of time. And she just don't want to get your license, right? You are your license, you have to pick up, drop her every single way just because she doesn't want to make that step to get her license. But you must pick up. Is that being privileged?
Yes.
So that is under that as well.
Yeah. And what about the flip side to that? You meet a young lady, you understand? And while you're going out, you encourage her to get her license. Right? You encourage her to get a license. She starts driving within the first 2 years of your relationship. Right. She's driving. She doesn't own a car. But every time you're home, she has something to do with said car. That is not hers. Her name not even on the insurance. What do you call that?
Like louse, innit?
What do you call that?
All right, for me, privilege is...
Your big louse.
When we keep talking about things like things women expect, like the woman will never dip. If we are dating and we are going out everywhere, you are privileged to be dating me.
Yeah, we have that aspect of it as well.
I am not dipping. I'm being wined and dined. There are a lot of women that's a privilege. For you to be dating me is a privilege.
Clearly, I can't go with you because.
And you know, you're not a dipper man.
Not the part of.
Dip and roll. Dip and roll. Dip and roll.
No, it's not. You know where about me? I'm a non-dipper though. Anti-dipper.
That scenario, Rudy, is control, not privilege.
Anti-dipper.
Okay, so are we sure we're on the right topic this morning?
Yeah.
We're a little all over the place, but privilege.
Anti-dipper.
Nikki, that new juice, weed juice? Okay.
He said that new juice. Weed juice.
Yeah, weed juice.
No, because the reason why I use the word privilege is because a lot of people, when relationships get to a certain point, they start to talk to themselves. They look at self in the mirror and say, self, this is how I'm going to operate from now on. and you go into a realm of privilege. You start to believe you are privileged to do and say and act in a particular manner.
All right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like the scenario with the car. We going out, cool. I encourage you, meaning I was the one there with you, carrying you down Macri for a long drive, teaching you how to drive, saying, yeah, my girl, thing. Because it's love. We there, we into something, and bam, you went that day, you get your license. I am proud of you. The fact that you got your license, and I was there. We could give the stories later on.
Right.
He teach me to drive, you know? Right. But then all of a sudden, you own no car. And you signed to tell me, you ain't reach home yet?
Uh-huh.
You know I have something to do?
Oh.
Something to do with what? With my thing.
I thought you don't say that everything.
We on the way road or not?
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
We have to pull up a fridge and things so why I never go by any of my family and they have lock on fridge and things. Something wrong with them. They have a box and they're keeping the food up.
How people living
It's
so
how people
well.
living so.
Yeah.
In the same house. They're not going anywhere.
It's how people are labeling thing in fridge.
Mine.
It's how people are labeling
You
thing
don't
in
say
fridge.
mines.
Yeah, it's how people are labeling thing in fridge. I went to people's house already and this would eat.
Marlene, go and get your license. Rodel is complaining indirectly. Go and get the license, young lady.
No.
She's
She's dry. She's sting up. You know that problem.
It sounds more like comfort in a relationship.
Well, you see, it's broad. So that's why I'm just trying to narrate in it broad. But some people might interpret it as comfort. Is it a man loving someone?
All right. So I think how we could break it down is okay. Things that all right. You're in a relationship, meaning, well, you're now going out, but then there's that time when you kind of cross that relationship and you cross the line and you start to move like man, woman.
Right.
And all of a sudden you have a say in things that you probably didn't have a say in
2 years ago.
before. You wouldn't have opened your mouth to say, like, you know, I really like Michael, your friend, you know.
So it should
not
be
our Michael,
should
the other Michael.
Should it be expectations?
In
instead of privilege?
relationships, yeah, I think maybe expectations in relationship, you know, because some women expect to be treated a certain way, and men too. There are men out there expect that when they have a woman, etc., that okay, now I'm gonna have a little regular food, and I'm gonna have maybe you know what are your expectations
I don't have
getting into a
expectations,
relationship?
I have no expectations. I have a standard. But I don't have much expectations.
I think your expectations are very low. No,
Yeah,
So what you
it
say,
is,
Nikki,
it is.
in this time we should dumb down our expectations?
no,
in
not dumb
relationship?
down. We're talking what are your expectations in relationships in this day and age?
Is it reality? Though?
Right.
Is it
I think
Because I
expectation
think
creates
expecta-
disappointment.
But you must expect something. Then what?
I just
Well, you
said
see,
it.
if you ain't expect nothing at all, if you guys up
I'm
your price.
telling
So Nikki,
Thank you.
if you ain't
I
expect nothing,
I appreciate
whatever
that.
you get, you should be happy.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
Oh,
that.
that's how you would phrase it.
I
too.
will
Yeah,
say that.
thank you,
I
babe.
the way to live.
Don't expect anything.
So
whatever you
exactly,
get
it's a blessing.
is a
Oh, I
blessing.
saying everything is a blessing right now for me.
All
Everything is-
right. I don't know if we're seeing it the same way, guys, but
But you didn't think so, Nikki? Think about it.
I don't know.
So, all right, Nico, you
Expectations
paint us from a woman's
disappointment,
perspective. From a woman's
All right.
perspective, paint a
What do
scenario.
you look for in a relationship? What
What
do
are
you
the
expect?
expectations you think that is? Forget yourself. Come out a body and say what you think a young lady, a 25-year-old young lady now, starting life, looking for a man to start life with. What should be her expectations?
Well, I think her expectations would be the fact that she looked for that the man that she was thinking about being in a relationship, looking out for her, all right across the border, right? She wants to feel safe with the person,
Safe as in from criminals?
from everything,
Everything,
including
like-
him, including him.
Good.
There has to be a kind of safety and comfort in the relationship. She wants to be able to be independent and kind of do what she wants to in a relationship. I think most women expect that. It's not the. We also expect the man to take care of us all aspects. Meaning,
Break it down. Let's
let's
elaborate a
break
little
it
bit.
down.
Yeah,
Let's break it down.
When you say take care of, but that's one thing I
But
want to have a
no,
good
that
idea.
I think
as to what-
all women look for some kind of a protector to
Yeah.
know that my man have my back.
Right.
When the
Provider,
car break
provider.
down. No, because I
You
don't
can come
think,
and change that spare.
I don't think
Right.
we're talking the earlies in relationship. If what you expect out of this
Right,
relationship,
right.
you have attraction with somebody, you're thinking about getting into a relationship. What would you, as a young woman, expect? Right? You expect you to have some ambition too, because look, you know, maybe if this thing gets serious, we could go down the wee road. I don't think no woman out there looking for no man who have no ambition, because it. we kind of condition, family down the road, this kind of thing. So you're kind of looking for somebody from day one who would be a good father figure. You could probably see these traits. I'm saying you're not going to see all these traits in a person when you meet them, but you're going to, from where their family come from, those kind of things, you could base things on. How he treats his mother, the simple things. If he has a child with someone else, how he relates to that child, mother, how he relates to his child. These are the kind of things I think women need to expect, and when you lower your expectations, like all you say, don't expect anything. I think that's when we lower it, and wherever come we take. But you have to have kind of expectations, what you expect out of this thing called life and this fairy tale that is going to be your relationship. What do you want from it?
And Rudy, on the flip side,
what do you expect when you're going into a relationship?
As a young man, remember you like to wave that flag, eh?
Yeah.
You're young.
As I say, my expectations, I'll have more standards than expectations, right? Because there are times I honestly believe that expectations create disappointment, because you will always be expecting this person to give you the stamp of approval all the time for certain things. If you're expecting every Friday, she makes something for you, and it's about Friday she make nothing for you. those things by itself does create disappointment. So I more live on the basis of just being thankful for what I have. And if it is, wait, let me finish now. And if it is not to my standard, then I bonks.
Expectation leads to disappointment. However, it cannot be confused with someone having standards.
Exactly.
Well, isn't it having standards is kind of part of the expectations?
Not really.
No,
because
because
no, I wouldn't be disappointed.
See how complicated the things started again, right?
I wouldn't be disappointed.
See how complicated
why
the
not
things
surprise Rudy went on the cooking road?
I love my belly.
Yeah. So once she have a good palate, is what you're saying, you good with that.
No, and the thing about millennials now is that, as I say, they are of the belief that their way is the right and only way. That is their trend. My thing is, I believe there are basic fundamental things that every human being needs to possess, in order to start a young, fruitful relationship. Young, nice and fruitful in the earlies. That's basics. That's the basics. All right? I might be chastised for my next statement, but I think that at least by 25, a 25-year-old young girl should be able to offer a man more than a hot dog. That's just me. Should be able to. I'm not saying you are obligated to, eh? This is the big difference. I'm not saying a woman is obligated to cook for no man in this 2019, And you have to cook on a Sunday, and you must make macaroni pie, and you must. I'm not saying that.
You know what? I expect that from men too. At least show men a little something in the kitchen.
It's true, but I am saying you should be able to offer more than a hot dog. That's just me, right? Secondly, as Nikki said, independence is really a state of mind. You should be independent enough within yourself to know that in the event something happens, an emergency or whatever, you too can step up and show support, not only financially, just as a human being. Just being there for somebody as a human being. And if financially you can, kudos to you as well. All right? And something I tweeted last night, and I want to reiterate it here now for young men, for young ladies especially. If you are going into a relationship with a young man who has kids, all right? And let's say his kids are under 8. Because I'm saying young people here. You have a youth man who he has a 8-year-old or 7-year-old. And you get to the stage where he invites you home. And you get to his place. And there's no sign of the child. Don't ever go back. Facts.
Yeah.
Don't ever go back. If it's one thing I'll take from me, take that. If you go by a young man who has a child, could be one child under the age of 8.
But there's always history though, because what about if he is a young man who trying to see his child and the woman they're saying letting him see child?
Nikki, if I trying to see my child, right? Even though the child will be in my presence. Hold on, let me finish. And I go on by, as a young lady, you go by the man, he now one photograph. He ain't have no
phone, dog.
On your phone. Okay, cool. All in new age. Right, fine.
On my phone.
Let's get some voice notes out.
I really like
Nikki, Rudy, Jaiga, Pro, good morning. The boy Ryan as a PA. So, this privilege thing I'm talking about, I don't know that really happening much in Trinidad. And it ain't happening much in the States either, because here we're going on. People Everybody like their own thing, but you can't take my oxtail. It's fire for you. We're gonna real rap.
Yeah.
Rudy, you're on point. You're on point. Expectation brings disappointment. All they can hope for these days in a relationship that the person no drugs, that have a steady job, they have a good hand on their shoulder, and they have some type of foresight for the future where they want to be. You're lucky if you get that.
The man said there no drugs, you know. I never even so fathom to think about that. Look how life change, eh? You gotta think about that the girl you're going to date with don't pill up and thing on the weekend. And molly up and thing and every weekend she high. You can imagine that.
Morning.
I had a study. But girl is take pills and thing on the weekend. I mean, you
I do a little X on the weekend, you know.
It's what I like say, pop, molly. How is that something? Wow, you will really change, eh?
Breakfast party, Jaiga, don't say that because I going through this situation and it's only recently, you know, my daughter wanna be around me. Only hide, she more than them hide she and thing and keep she away from me. Look what going on now. Now she want to be with me. So don't say that.
As I always say,
all right,
people grow up, eh?
I have a bedroom
Yeah,
with a daughter.
Lyndon said we all over the place with this topic this
I have a
morning.
bedroom with a daughter. Mother go on with she, eh? Where the States, eh?
Yeah, well, there are circumstances like that. I understand. But we're talking about that's not the tone of how I said it. The tone of how I said it, you know for a fact that the man have a child. You just must know. You just must know the ones. My point is if you meet one that you know the child is there and it's in the space and whatever, it's in the atmosphere and there's no signs.
What about in conversation if he just never mentioned the child?
Well, that off. If he never mentioned it.
real off.
If you with a man
That
and you
real
never
off.
mention your child,
Yeah,
but
sure,
you're
yeah,
supposed to run from him.
Yeah, like Rudy was just saying, like, I just have to label specific things in the fridge because if I bring something home and, you know, you're craving it all the time and you say, okay, now I'm going to go and lash it up. And then you bust the fridge open and it's gone. I don't deal with that. So I just got to have a label. Please do not touch.
Wow.
Yeah, men living so well.
Wow. No, you're mad. I'm saying it's simple, you know. If
So
there's
we
something
something touch your popcorn and cheese?
Boy, listen, after last night we get away. Last night, I was saying, but you remember, she has a way where she could articulate herself very well.
Yeah,
When I told her no, she can't get any popcorn last night, she came back out with that sad face. Imagine this. You have two daughters. I'm the older of the two. And you were saying something like popcorn could bring a divide between both of them. Yeah, she have that in her. So she know how to guilt you into, just bring a bowl. It's a different child. She know how to get into that.
In the US, partner, it has so much different things. People getting high off right here, partner, and messing you up. It's terrible. That's like one of the main things you have to look out for across it. Because people on the low messing up the life real bad. Drugs is a real big thing out here.
Yeah, boy. Privilege versus sense of entitlement. What's the difference? I think basically it's the same. Why is there a group chat going on in the middle of the...
Delete that.
Facts, Jaiga, facts. You have some woman in the 30s still don't know how to boil water.
I sincerely doubt that though. No. I don't believe in that. Come on, guys.
Really, you want to go there this morning? I just want to ask about Nikki and the powder milk thing.
I didn't want to go down that road because if we went on that road, Nikki, a lot of people might get upset. Because I was having conversation after that whole boiling milk thing, some people stuff me in the road. And there's such a division that we don't understand. Like, it's to me, it's not a matter if Nikki was privileged, it's just what you were exposed to, what your family and how everybody lived. So you can't really chastise somebody for their upbringing, for want of a better word. Like, everybody's saying, all in the gym yesterday, them, boy, your mother and them didn't like you, boy. I know that my parents didn't like me. It's just that how we grew up, it was a little rougher than others. It's like, what? All yesterday, all Vicky and them downstairs, oh God, my Jaiga, your parents are like, my mother used to tell me, wait, it no matter. I never felt as though she didn't love me. It had nothing to do with love. It's just what you were exposed to and what you had at the time. Not everybody was a lot of the same things. Like, for instance, I could ask somebody, do you know how to function without a washing machine? And a dryer.
To joke clothes.
You know what a joke in the joking board? You know how to hang up clothes. There are people who have never used a clothespin in their life. Don't know the concept of a line in the back of the house. They have no idea.
And you can't blame them.
No, but that's why I always keep going back to our childhood. Our childhood, those first 5-7 years, a lot of things we perceive, and so it affects us as we get older. Something as simple as having a mommy and daddy in your house. When you look at mommy and daddy, that constant head of family there and mother versus like a child who is brought up with maybe 6 stepdaddies. They always have a different stepdaddy around.
6 stepdaddies, you're saying, no, Nikki? Come on, that's a little too much, man.
That's
she never had 6, man, Nicole. Come on.
That's nothing. I'm talking about your whole childhood. You see at least 5, 6 daddies pass through, you know? And I'm just saying, we're not talking about right or wrong. We're just talking about how it could affect people differently. Right? But if you're be a boy or a girl, however you were brought up in those kind of homes will affect how you see relationships, your trust issues with people. You might feel somebody always out to get you. A woman might perceive it as men don't stick around, so I don't trust you. Let me don't even give you 100% to me because you ain't sticking around. So many of the times we have issues, we have baggage that comes into relationships, and I always keep reminding people that. So how is your Jaiga perceive something again based on people looking in saying, well, people they like you, but no, it's just how your environment and what you grow up in, and it kind of relates to everything else in your life.
Correct.
To get older.
Morning, peeps. Expectation plus reality will give you disappointment.
Touch my oxtail and finish it. I hope she pinky toe and trip in public.
Wow.
Yeah, don't get between some people.
Yes, Jaiga, there are women out there that have different children fathers, and I personally know a young lady that have 7 different children father. All her children are different fathers. So yeah, and all of them under the age of 16.
Imagine, so imagine.
She real fertile, boy.
No, but imagine children growing up like that. There's never been like a male father figure. And then it's coming to, that's your daddy, that's my daddy, and it's going to whole.
Yeah, but I'm trying to get confused because it's like, which one is your father again? 7 is a lot, eh?
But trust me, in that 7 situation, most of those 7 fathers, I'm sure, not around.
She didn't even make 2 for 1, boy.
Not around.
She got 2 for 1, right?
I know a girl, she have 5 children for 7, man.
How she gonna fight children?
Work it out.
Nah, go on, boy. Tell me
about
it.
Work it out. I was talking to a friend of mine who, she's been married for about 4 years. And she tell me, she said, Nikki, I never wanted to get married. I said, what do you mean you never wanted to get married? She said, he organized big engagement with the mother and the father and everybody there and surprise and videotape running and mommy and daddy face happy and
that's a scene.
4 years after, she's like, I never really want to get, I end up in this because I didn't want to shame my boyfriend.
That's a scene.
And that could be a big I always say only planning engagement and things. Make sure she would and say yes.
Talk first.
Make sure you're on the same page.
Don't just play man and do it.
But she end up in a 4-year marriage, not wanting to get. It's not she wanted to break up with him, you know. She just didn't want to get married.
Yes,
end up in a whole marriage and dress reception because mommy and daddy was there, you know, and didn't know how to back out of it, you know. Damn. That's a lot of pressure on a woman too, eh? All you to find. Well, you go find that.
No, that's straight.
That's real pressure. I'm sure there are many women married because they didn't want to embarrass the man.
Many men too.
Yeah.
It's more happening to men. Real women, they fantasize about marriage and force the men into it. Before you even know it, you're planning.
Yeah.
All you're hearing is now, and here you're going through the motions, you know. The invitation, she'll send you the flyer. How it looking? Let's go and pick it up now, send it to print. What? And the back here, my print already.
A printer working fast, boy.
You have to go and pick it up by the printer.
Who that printer, boy?
Then she saying down home too, and she and her girlfriend, and you reach home, the drinking wine and the only stuffing envelope. Stuffing and then she's have a friend of a nice handwriting. Nikki, you getting called quick, you know.
Nikki and yeah.
Nikki, your handwriting, your penmanship is amazing. So you go and give you a nice pen that they pay $87.50 for by home, man. For one pen. With a gold tip.
I did all my wedding invitations.
And you write it by
with
hand?
With the same pen.
Yeah, same pen. You write it by hand.
You know the thing by Jaiga.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
how she named had 6 stepfathers around her growing children. So none of those men in live nowhere then, or she didn't know she could go by them. And the crazy thing is, somebody listening, living so right now, whoever it is, called name. We were talking earlier about, 15 years together, not married, and we going good.
That's what I tell you, we going still. It has some people who they're cool. Marriage tend to complicate situation most times.
Yeah, marriage is not.
I agree with the statement when people say that expectation brings disappointment. And I believe at the end of the day, set a certain standard. Now, you mightn't find all you want in one individual, but you could look for it and don't change somebody at the end of the day, And then with that children having, like a woman having 7 different child father, boy, that's a different kind of thing, I don't know. As a woman, I don't know what to say about that. But also a situation as to where I know someone who have 5 kids, a lady who have 5 kids, and all of them for a different man. And the problem there is that her first child father, he wanted a baby so bad. He ups, he leave. Second child father, fall in love, do all the best things for her. He want that child, and I will mind your first child too, like his mine. Get your child, decide I don't want to mind no man child, I don't want to mind my child, he gone. And for the others, it was like that, I promise you come in loving, you come in doing everything, you come in with the full package, just woman looking for somebody who would love her children, somebody who willing to help her with other men children too, and looking at the children that they are theirs, and when time for them to really do it, when they get
Step
me
up.
pregnant and daddy take care of my one and other people want them and what that kind of thing. So with that I could comprehend that in a kind of way.
And then, of course, women left with the responsibility of bringing up all these children.
Now, but listen, this is when women say this statement, I hate it though, that men are dogs. My thing is, there is something within every human. It's called a conscience, right? None of us are saints. We could walk around the tongue and try and pretend that we are close to
Point
God,
as
and
much fingers.
we could point fingers. We could throw stone in glass house. I'm one who always fly the flag, and say, me ain't no saint. You understand? My back is very broad. I've been told and said and be spoken about behind, back, and front face. And it's cool with me. I don't watch face. It's all good. But it comes a time in a man's life, there are certain parameters or certain boundaries you just do cross. I would not, as much as you can say what about me, will enter into a relationship with a young lady who is 3 kids down, profess love, and make this individual feel as though I would help and support and do all of that, knowing fully well I don't want to. Nah, boy, that one
all about the chow.
When God ready for you, that one you can't say sorry for. There are things I'm not condoning little missteps or whatever, but there's certain things you just don't do. That is one you don't do. That is children, that's innocent lives you're playing with. You get into a situation with this girl for 2 years, they start a bond with the kids know you, they love you. And then bam, all of a sudden, you leaving this woman to this stuff like that with 4 because you had one and gone? Nah, man. That's madness.
Morning breakfast party. As we was talking about the fact this morning, I think she need to pet about 2 cats and about 2 dogs. Take some time. Take more than 10 seconds. Take about 20, 30, a minute even. Just pet a dog and a cat. I feel she go feel better. But anyhow, I'll never ask for no access because I listen. Ojo to the world breakfast party. Best show on the planet. You don't know.
All that.
And it wasn't 10 seconds. They had to pet for 10 minutes.
Had to provide a little more than a hot dog. Oh gosh. Give you a little rice and corned beef. Give you a little mac and cheese sell. Oh gosh, more than a hot dog, man. Come on. So when my belly growling, I must be eating sausage and bread right through. Nah, man.
Sausage and
She
bread.
have to be able to provide the basics.
You know what I
Be
mean?
able
Like
to
a
do
corned
little
beef and
small
rice.
thing, have good manners, you have good morals. The basics for things to even start off or think about starting off.
Yeah, that's the basics.
Nah, for real though.
But sometimes we women, I'm talking for the women now, we let our hearts dictate sometimes.
How so?
No. I'm talking about, okay, we always talk about that woman's intuition. You meet a man and the logical side of you telling you stay away from the man.
The logical side.
The logical side.
Okay.
Right?
But then there's the other side.
Yeah,
the
you
smile.
know right away, ladies, he's a cross.
But
You
the
can just,
smile.
but you have a nice smile. So the heart just get a little flutter.
The smile.
Right?
The smile is very sketchy.
So where you he wrapping up some deal. He ain't very stable.
He's making you laugh.
Right, but he's making you laugh. Right?
He's
right,
making
right?
laugh. There's this way he looks at me.
Yeah, yeah. He have 3 child mothers.
But he's look at me different.
Right.
To the 3 of them.
And he smell a kind of way, boy. See that sweat mixing. Yeah. So women, I think we have to.
And there's a way
there's
he
a logical
says-
side to us, and there's a very emotional side to us.
There's a way he
Many of
says
us-
Nikki that none of the men in my life ever said Nikki. The way he pronounces Nikki, it sounds different.
And ladies, that voice telling you run. In the
But
back of
then
your
when
head,
he tell,
run.
then you hear, hey Nix. Hey Nix.
Jaiga, you know the
Hey
thing.
Nix.
And he is really say they have like the angel on one side of the shoulder and the devil on the next side. And I think many of us women, I've been there, ladies. We've all been there.
And many man senses that you in that limbo.
Yeah.
You
That's
know what
it.
he does?
What?
He comes to a place if you live alone.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, I just got a couple things. Go in the ego and relax to come. And here where he walks into the home.
Don't tell me you walk with groceries.
And let me tell
He
you.
passed by Massey.
No, and let me tell you what he walks in the building. He stopped on the highway. He bought himself pimentos, a bundle of shadow benny,
and fruits and stuff.
fruits and so on.
Yes.
He bought melon, apple, bananas,
Yeah.
seedless green grapes.
Are you walking nowhere? We bring things for you. Yes, study where you walking.
Seedless green grapes. You understand? He stops and he buy a pack of jumbo size shrimp, no shell. You understand?
Nice
Jumbo
thing.
size. He bought basmati rice, a small pack, because it's both of you all.
Not the parboil?
Nah,
The
basmati.
basmati.
He bought basmati.
Wait, is Cookie coming to cook?
So when you come, remember, he sensed around 11 o'clock when he talked to you around lunchtime, he find your spirit, your energy wasn't the same. So he decided in that moment,
Ladies, this is kind of man.
something off. So what he did is to fix that pimento and shadow benny, heals all wounds. You understand? So when you waited until you got home, but he was timing you. He didn't want you to come home and relax. Wait till he got home. He said,
Oh, so he was home waiting on her?
No, he was not by you.
Oh, okay.
He was around.
Around.
So when you call and say, well, I'm now pulling up home here.
Yeah.
I ain't fine now. I could come. And you cool. Yeah, well, come now, babe. Come
Of
through now.
course.
And when you come through,
Think early, ladies. Think early come.
simple as smoosh on the cheek. Hey, babe, what's going on? What's all them thing you have? None to worry about tonight going on, babe. So while you're in the shower,
So he is
he
started
make sure
to chop up.
start chopping up while you're in the shower. And just when you walk out the
Ladies,
shower and you come
run.
out in your slipper, your short pants and your vest, is when he throw some butter in the frying pan and just drop the pimento on the shadow benny. It to go smoke up the place. And you start to smell that so. All doubt is now gone.
Yeah, you are studying that this thing in your belly tell you run from the
And
man.
you throw the jumbo shrimp
Right.
in there. You understand? With some garlic.
Oh, you see where the garlic going? You see where the garlic going? You think you studying this nut in your stomach that telling you
And
the
to
man
add
is a
inside,
cross?
and to add inside, you just throw some sweet peppers and so on.
Sweet peppers
You understand?
and
And
so on.
saute it and steam it down.
Ladies, we've all been there. We've all been there. Run!
Yeah, he up.
Jaiga, I sure you have some little small man out there maybe saying, why you not stream out, boy? You only gain away the secret show and I had to up my game.
Yep, that is like, yeah, boy. Oh, God, I done pregnant.
Are you sitting
pregnant? Ladies, we just do. Why we like the little bad boy so what?
But how bad come in the
But
conversation?
no. Something in you telling you. I don't mean bad boy literally gone and there. I think something in you telling you run from this man.
Is she pregnant already?
Yeah. 3 years after you're telling yourself, I don't know why I didn't listen to that voice. We just know this cross.
Morning breakfast party. Funny that we should be talking about this topic this morning. Just this week, I was having a conversation with a gentleman, and I was telling him, I say you had to look at both sides of the coin. Most people they say man bad, and next people say woman bad. But when you really sit down and you take stock, most of the people who bitter
It's people who put investment and negative energy and do a set of strippiness with good people. And then now when somebody who really earnest come along, fire for them.
Fire for them.
True. Facts. That happens as well.
Jaiga, my brother, you need a reality show. You and your scenarios, Rasta.
No, but it's not scenarios, it's facts.
It's life,
I learned that
boy.
early. I tell you, at 14, my grandmother made sure I bring something to the table. On a Sunday, couldn't pass and ain't cook something. And old men who have grew up with, you see, pheromones is a real positive thing. You see, smell could make or break a situation, you know, bro. You ever walk into a room and it's smelling bad? Your whole day upset.
Yeah.
Your whole day upset. Like when you smell bad odor or foot and thing, you're sour. You know it is, you come out.
Well, last time I smell a bad food.
You, Nikki, as a young lady, you're in and you're around girlfriends, you know, around the lunchroom and they saying, girl, you sure about he?
Yeah.
I remember he was.
But them didn't smell he garlic.
Yeah, he used to be a swan, so you know.
Yeah.
And them and you go in, but I don't get a vibe from him
We've
though.
all had that.
So people say, so it playing on their brain. So when he call you in that moment, he senses that energy. Because normally you might have answered with a bubbling tone in your voice. Hey babe. Now when you call hi,
he kind of reserved.
He like, hey, what's going on? No, a little stressful here at work. But you sensing it not work. Because I know how work stress is song. When work stress, when you are work stress, when you are work stress, you just sit moves like, you see them inside of here? I need that. So it's not work. You sure you got, yeah, I seen you later. Yeah, whatever. If you're coming through. That is when he needs to run by Tunapuna Market. He needs to get to our market fast.
Good morning, Nikki. Good morning, Ojo. Good morning, Nikki, neighbor, Ojo.
It's Kevin.
Good morning, neighbor, Wyoming. Are they hello now from Nigeria directly? Hello.
All listeners are going on.
How much somebody working with, man?
You see the snow in Wyoming and getting to Kevin.
I feel like somebody working with, man.
Lyndon.
Hey, good morning, breakfast party. Lyndon here again. Try to get right, because I just cook, and I just tell people, when you going out with somebody, your first date should be a potluck, home cooked meal for a picnic. And if you can't do that with me, hey, we ain't going on no date. I don't want no store-bought food, because in that instance, if you buying store-bought food on the first date, it's going to be store-bought food for the rest of your life.
Wow. You going real deep there, bro. I'm
Guys,
saying
says the truth hurts.
I'm saying pull it out when you see it's needed.
Morning, Ojo breakfast party. Belinda here locked in from Marabella. Right? I believe when a man meets a woman and for some reason it goes wrong, the best thing a woman and a man should do is learn from that relationship and try to better themselves. If it doesn't work, single.
If it doesn't work out, stay single.
Wait, 7 trend? But them don't care.
Daddy, you just come on late, so.
Well, I don't expect anything, so I'm never disappointed.
Wow.
If she cook once a year, that's a celebration. If I wake up in the morning and she's still there, it's like, that's a celebration.
Hey, Daddy, why you ain't here, boy? Nah, man, we can't be so cynical, but the man say, if she cook once a year, I'll celebrate. If I wake up and she's still there, I'll celebrate.
Yeah,
nah,
but
bro.
There's a flip side. Everybody talking about the men bad when they leaving a woman with trend, but you have 6 trend for 6 different men. You can't blame the men and them alone. You had to be doing something crazy. You and the understand or the common sense to realize that, hey, something had to change.
Yes, I'm not saying no, but come on, I'm talking about how the world and society is structured. When you enter into a relationship with a young lady, I'm talking about this is on the 4th, right? You're the 5th, you are guy number 5. And you enter into a relationship with a young lady with 4 kids. You as a man have a responsibility to feel out that situation. I'm not saying it's all the man's fault, but you within yourself need to know what was the reason for these 4 men before me to have you in this situation, 1, before you make yourself 5. And then if you make yourself...
Exactly. If you staying around for you to make a 5th, that means you're taking the responsibility of mommy and her 4.
Correct.
right? But then you make the fifth and you go on again.
You cannot believe, as I said, as a
But
man
as that
especially.
woman said, that many men sell dreams and stuff and give it the
I
give
call
it
men
the
to sell
feeling
dreams.
that no, I'm here for you and your kids, and you see them doing things, you see them taking care of the kids until bam he decide no more. That's where the problem is coming. Morning breakfast party. Sometimes marriage is really sour relationship. If the thing is going good, don't change thing. Sometimes women just want the ring but just forget the thing in relationships.
Nah, I'm telling you, like right now, remember the
Jaiga, well, it's taking 2-3 years to play people voice note. Of course, it must be late, we expect.
all that you say, bro, it's hundreds of people sending messages and it can't be getting on so, bro.
But it's 9:25 he sent it.
Come on, bro.
7 trend.
But
But them don't care.
But it's 9:25 he says, it's 9:35.
The relationship with a woman with 4 children. It's 4 children, father. He could be the 5th now.
Yeah. Know what all you're doing. And then, ladies, we have to take responsibility at some point, as a caller said. When do you stop and say, well, no more?
Especially in a case where you have 4 kids, you get with a guy who already have kids. You all could have that mature conversation. Bro, here we're going on. I have 4 children already for 4 different guys. My life has not been a bed of roses.
Right.
It's been rough. You already have 2 kids or whatever. You have with your children, mom or whatever. We love each other. We're doing this thing. Let us keep that child scenario out of it. Let us not complicate the situation even more by adding a 5th child for me and a 3rd one for you.
Exactly.
Grown
Let's be
people are talking grown people conversation.
That's grown people conversation.
You can't want to be thinking and because okay, she looking put together with the 4 children
on,
and
guys.
you walk a boat ride and drink Hennessy and after every boat ride you lose. Come on, guy, you don't work so you lose right children.
Yeah, just
so
lose.
you don't know how to calm yourself and be like McGill thing and have a grown folk conversation. People doesn't like to have them conversation. Hey McGill, I have 2, you have 4. I like you, McGill. I like we energy. We
But
working out.
let me
You're
know.
good. My children they done a cross already. I'm not saying it's a cross, McGill, but remember you battling with them 4, and I don't see none of them father around. I'm willing to do a thing.
Yeah.
Because indirectly it's 6 I know I have.
Yeah,
Because I have 2 and you have 4, that's 6.
That the whole Brady bunch.
What you want me to do? Because you're telling me how Jonathan, your second one, he playing school football for school. You what Tux he? A Tux is $1,200 by sports and games. You want me to get Tux then you tell me Tasha, your first daughter. She need uniform. Father coming away. Or you want me to get Tasha uniform and Tux and then I might two to see about a school opening in September. You gonna do me that?
Yeah.
You gotta work it out.
Oh, you gotta work it out.
What you gonna do with that?
If all you want to do big man and big woman
course.
thing.
Of
By
course.
now, come on, guys.
I'm willing to be there with you. I'm willing to help. But we have to have that conversation. No, you come and tell me, you're pregnant. How come?
Oh, you want me to explain it to you, Jaiga?
No, I mean,
what did happen was.
I mean that way. I'm saying, oh God, how you expect us to continue down this road?
So
We
why is it
can't.
a responsibility? Why
But-
don't you wrap it up so we wouldn't be having this conversation?
Because
Everybody have to take responsibility.
everybody has to,
But
but
when you come
Nicole-
from the boat ride and everybody had nice, nobody remember nothing. All you go boat ride. Talking about that, we have runaway boat ride coming up late in the year. All right, guys, that's it for Mars versus Venus. It was a little crazy
But,
this morning. We know we were all over the place this morning, but it's all about love, all right? Let's take care of each other this weekend and have a great one.